Even before life in Japan on YouTube, Ruth has been making amazing birthday cakes, many of which you've seen here.
Look at the table. It's a unicorn.
Cool!
Look at me, I'm a unicorn. Yes!
Ruth's birthday cakes have become quite popular indeed.
I see Mama-chan has completely taken over the dining room table.
Absolutely. I'm making Evie's unicorn cake. It's like a wedding cake, honestly.
But we've never done a video about how she makes her cakes until now.
So tomorrow's Izzy's birthday and she requested an Olaf cake. So I'm going to do a cupcake Olaf pull-apart cake. Super cool. So first I have to make my cupcakes. A lot of them, like 30 some. Need some butter, half a cup of butter, 1 cup of sugar. Let's cream that together. Meanwhile, we're going to get our eggs separated. We need 2 eggs, also at room temperature. Whoops. See? I dropped the shell in there. That's why you do it in a different bowl. Okay, 1 egg. Look at how beautifully whipped that butter and sugar look. Lovely, darling. 1 egg. You can pour it in while it's going, but the egg will sometimes whip out at you. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2. Okay, 3/4 cup of sour cream. I don't have sour cream, but I add a little bit extra vinegar to it. Mix it. There's my sour cream. It's a sweet sour cream, but it's a cream that is sour. Sour cream in Japan is very expensive. Whole milk. And for my American friends, this is the largest size of milk I can buy. No gallons here. 3/4 of a cup. Mix it, everybody. And we are done with our liquids. Let's do 1 good scrape down the side. Lovely. Meanwhile, I gotta start the oven. 180 degrees for 25 minutes. It can vary according to your oven and according to all kinds of stuff. Okay, now we're gonna do our dry ingredients. Okay, so we need 1 3/4 cup of flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And we mix.
Who gets to lick the beater?
Okay, now we're gonna assemble. I already made a batch of cupcakes earlier today. So I need 3 batches. Good eye. Now we gotta fill them. Almost full. Not all the way full.
How many batches of cupcakes do you have to make?
I made a little more than I expected them, so maybe only 2. My oven, I know it bakes better on top, so I always put the most full pan on top. And I got some little pan in the middle. All done.
It's about done, so now what?
So now we'll take them out, let them cool overnight. I don't have time tonight to frost it. Plus they have to be fully cooled, and then tomorrow I'll frost them. Boy, it's hot in here. Perfect, darling. Perfect.
Ooh.
Perfect.
For Ruth, baking is more than just a hobby. It's an expression of love in a way that pulls people together and celebrates them. Never underestimate the power of a Mama-chan doing her thing. But Ruth's baking skills haven't just been used at home. When Pa's Coffee Shop was just starting, Ruth helped develop the menu and bake the food.
What do you think, Big J? The spaghettis look so good.
Yeah.
Oh, these cinnamon rolls are Ruth's specialty, and they are so good.
Even today, many of the items on the menu are still Ruth's original recipe.
Could the camera have one more drink?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so next morning, I have laid out my basic shape. Can you tell it's Olaf? Here's his little nubby toes. His body. His arms will come out of here. This is his head.
Oh.
So I'm going to wrap this board in aluminum foil. I'm going to transfer that here, and then we can start the decorating process. There's no science to this.
About as long as you can reach.
Okay, now I gotta transfer this. I'm kind of standing, so I'm gonna do. I need my photo. Now I gotta make the frosting. I make an Italian meringue, which is egg whites and sugar, but boil your sugar with a little water, and then you pour that over your egg whites that are whipping, because then that cooks the egg whites. How do you do it? It's 1 cup. Granulated sugar, has to be granulated. And a 1/4 cup of water. And then you have to start that boiling. I like vanilla flavor, so I always put a little vanilla in it. I have some clear vanilla. I don't want my dark vanilla. About a teaspoon. A little bit more. And cream of tartar. The original recipe called for 1/4 teaspoon. I don't think it's enough. I put like 3/4 of a teaspoon. While that is boiling, I'm going to separate my eggs. Baker's hands have to be as clean as doctor's hands. I want all that egg white. Okay. Beautiful. You can just save those egg yolks for a custard. Now these would just start whipping. You want this to come to really strong boil, almost starting to caramelize. Smells like sugar.
It sure does.
Sugar. And you can never have enough spatulas. I have so many spatulas. Definitely do not want to touch that because it's boiling sugar. And one thing, kids love to help with this. Normally I would be doing this. My girls already asked if they could help, but they're in school and I'm on a time crunch because the party is this afternoon, so I have to finish this. But get your kids involved because then they will love to bake from a young age. Okay, now back to my sugar. Look, there's nothing left except liquid. Now we're going to turn that off, and in its boiling state, we're going to start pouring it in very slowly. It's looking beautiful. You get stiff peaks. It's great. See? It's pretty stiff.
And we just covered the whole studio.
Whoa.
Okay, now I got to get the piping bags. Thankfully, this is an easy cake because it's all mostly white, except for details, so I don't have to separate tons of colors. So it's what I use to put my frosting. It's easy. Dear Jesus, help this cake turn out beautifully. I like to crave for my cakes. I'm gonna buy a bigger cup just for this. And away we go!
It looks satisfying.
Feels quite satisfying. I just don't want any gaps in between the cupcakes. It's a lot of sugar. We're gonna sugar up some kids and send them home. See any gaps? Just touch the frosting. Now I have to work on the details. Start with that much and then I'll see how it works. That kind of looks Christmassy, wintry, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Cocoa powder. Sure smells ridiculously chocolate pudding. I think I'll start with the buttons. Okay, I'm gonna do one button way down here. 1, 2, 3, and my third button's gonna be right here in the middle. Now his mouth. He looks freaky! Oh, he's looking cuter now that he's got some appendages.
Mm-hmm.
Needs a nose job. Okay.
Nice.
There's Mr. Olaf. Now I gotta put all the details. Snowflakes.
Ruth worked and reworked the frosting until it looked just right, just in time for the cake to make its way to Izzy's birthday party.
Oh, look at it. It turned out glorious.
Sure did. Oh, so great.
Ruth puts a lot of work and effort into one of these, but it sure is worth it when you see the joy it brings at a party. In this case, our cousin Izzy's birthday.
Look at your cake, Izzy. Happy birthday.
In the eyeball?
Put in the buttons.
目玉にさせちゃった
はい、チーズ。
あー、かわいいね。
One, two, three. Happy birthday to you. Okay, we'll go ahead and grab one. はい、どうぞ。
これもいいや
クリーム。
What do you think? Could you make an Olaf cake now? If you do, send us a photo of it. And don't forget to subscribe while you're here. We'll see you next time on Life in Japan.
Why don't you have this